Hello, welcome back to the channel. Thank you as always for tuning in. I hope everyone's doing all right and I hope everyone had a very nice Christmas and holiday period. I thought I'd just do a video. I was going to say a quick video, but I've got quite a bit to get through here because I went round some fairs and shops during December and I've picked up some good stuff. So, this is what we do here. I thought it's only fitting to show it all off and talk about the places I've been to. So I'm going to do this in chronological order of visits and explain where I've been and what I got. So back in kind of early-ish December, myself and my wife went to the New Forest down in Hampshire. It's sort of New Forest is, I think it is classed as a national park now, isn't it, the New Forest? We went there to a large hotel complex because my wife hosted a works Christmas party. So I was in, all partners were invited to go along. Very, very nice. Now, earlier in the year, my wife and I stayed in the New Forest just outside Lyndhurst. We rented a little cottage for a weekend. And I visited a shop there called Black Star Records. Now, I went there, I did a whole video, filmed it, prepared it, like my kind of out and about videos as I do. Unfortunately, on that visit, I didn't buy anything. So it kind of didn't feel right to publish a video of a shop that I didn't buy anything at. So video got abandoned. I never mentioned it, and that was it. However, when we went back to the New Forest to go to this Christmas do, we passed through Lyndhurst. We're actually travelling to an area called Brockenhurst. And I actually said to my wife that I wanted to stop in Lyndhurst there's a fudge shop there. It's called Rowley's Fudge. It's very nice. But I wanted to go there to go and get some Christmas gifts and get some for us. Anyway, we had an hour to kill. And we passed Black Star, and I'm like, do you mind if I just go in? I don't think there'll be anything there, but do you mind if we just go in? It's not a big shop. And she's like, yeah, go on then, go on. And then I trotted. Went into Black Star Records. I have to say, it's a very, very good shop. Not the most well-stocked shop in the world. They do used and new. And it feels like it's very much a shop that's kind of getting going. I don't know how long it's actually been around. But because we're a bit pushed for time, a little bit spare and unprepared, I didn't do a video or any footage like I normally do because it just wasn't the sort of time and the place. However, I did buy a couple of really good albums, one of which I couldn't believe. I was so stoked to get it. And when I came away, I was like, I was not expecting to find this. So the first album, one of the albums I got, which was on the wall, which is a bit of a spare at the moment, is this one. It's In for the Kill by Budgie. Now, I've only got one Budgie album. It's the one before, it's called Never Turn Your Back on a Friend. And I haven't played it for a while. In all fairness, the lead singer, Bert Shelley's vocals, I'm kind of getting used to them, but I've always kind of intended to get more by them. And this was really nice condition for a good price. And I just thought, yeah, do you know what? Why not? Let's go for it. It's supposed to be one of their better ones. Yeah, do it. So it's a UK first pressing on MCA. Very nice. But the real crowning glory, which was up on the wall next to it. And when I saw it, I was like, oh my God, I really want that album. You never ever see it. It is the third and self-titled album by Humble Pie. I've been after getting some Humble Pie for a while, but for whatever reason, this is the one I've been really keeping my eye out for. This is the one I really wanted to get, and it seems really kind of elusive, if I'm honest with you. But I couldn't believe it. There it was, up on the wall, beautiful condition. It's got a textured sleeve. There's a little bit of foxing to it, a few age spots. You probably can't see it on the camera. And it's on the brown or tan A&M label, and the record is it's as good as unplayed. Little clean needed, but they generally do when you buy them like this. But yeah, it's not seen much playback at all. Absolutely fantastic. For a spare of the moment stop off, yeah, this was absolutely great, and I was so pleased to get it. as I say, they had a few things of interest up on their wall, a few rarities. So I would say this shop, despite the fact that I haven't got the footage, is well worth going to. Black Star Records in Lyndhurst. Lyndhurst is a beautiful little town. It is quite touristy. It's quite, I mean, the New Forest, I suppose, you know, it's residential, of course it is, but it is kind of geared towards tourism as well. But it's well worth just paying a visit there. You can't reach it by train, but there's car parking there, and it is on a bus route from Southampton. So yeah, if you fancy a little look around Lyndhurst, which is a beautiful place, Black Star Records, absolutely great. Oh, and Rowley's Fudge Pantry. If you like fudge, I know I'm going a bit off kilter here. That place is amazing also. So yeah, really, yeah, an unexpected surprise on that. A week late, was it a week later or is it a few days later? It might have been the same weekend actually. It all kind of blends into one, doesn't it, during the Christmas period? I saw on Facebook that there was a small record fair in Portsmouth, about 10 minutes walk away from where I live. I was kind of aware that these record fairs were going on, but yeah, as I say, I only found out literally it was about 2 days before, and it is at a brewery which is near me called Staggeringly Good, and it's kind of, they're located in like an industrial estate, and it's near Portsmouth Football Club. So yeah, it really is quite close. And the good thing is about it is it was on a Sunday, and the great thing was they also said they were dog friendly. So I was like, right, brilliant. I can go and take Rollo for a walk, take him off lead, give him a little run in the park, and then on the way back, we'll hit the record fair and he can come with me. So again, I didn't film it, and the reason I didn't film it, there wasn't much to film, to be fair, because it was quite a small fair. There was only about 6 stalls. Very friendly, very good, but it wasn't a huge, you know, it's a big area it was located in, but it wasn't massive. And obviously, I had Rollo on a lead, and I just couldn't do it all at once. So yeah, again, couldn't film it, but there we are. That's the way it is. But did come away with 3 nice items at good prices. So first of all, there's my other records falling over. First of all, I got an upgrade copy of this. I think many of you all know what this is. Black Sabbath, Sabbath Bloody Sabbath, the 5th album of an absolute perfect run of 6, up from the first album up to Sabotage. This is a great record, but finding a really decent playable one has been eluding me. I always find these are overpriced, or they're not in great nick. But this one was amazing. Little bit of cover wear, the original in it. You don't see that often. And this one is looked unplayed. If you can see that, now this is the nerd in me. This is a genuine first pressing, because the labels are pressed and it's unridged. Later issues on Phono Disc had like a raised ridge around them. This one doesn't. So this is a true first pressing on WWA, and it sounds absolutely fantastic. It plays beautifully. It looks like it's hardly been played. So yeah, extremely pleased to pick up that. Just get that back there with me. And this was a bargain, another upgrade copy, and less than what I paid for the original one. This is by Modern English, and it's called Ricochet Days. It's on 4AD. £5 it cost me. Bear in mind, this was in a box of albums that were kind of really priced accordingly, but this is more like a £15 record. I've got a copy of this, but it's quite crackly. I don't know why, because it's in good nick, but this one looks absolutely immaculate also, so I'm hoping it will play better. It's the 3rd album by Modern English. I've got this and their debut called Mesh and Lace. Mesh and Lace is an incredibly amazing, heavy, psychedelic goth record. It is awesome. One of the best things on 4AD. It is amazing. This one is much more commercial and mainstream sounding, but very, very good. It's more new wave. And to be honest with you, it doesn't sound like the same band at all. Not a problem. I like bands that do that. They did one in between this called After the Snow, so I'm quite interested to hear what that's like, if it's in between those two styles. And finally, a 12-inch single, the only one I know by the Charlatans. Everybody knows this tune, don't they? This was a non-album single. If you've been a regular watcher of late. I'm loving the Charlatans. So I thought I'd treat myself to this one because, yeah, it's either get it on 12-inch or you don't own it really. And I'll be interested to hear how good this actually sounds at 45 RPM on 12-inch. So, yeah, nice find. Very, very good indeed. And then fast forward a week or so, and well, it's actually yesterday now, I went to Southampton to the end of the month record fair. Turned up, and I have to say, the footfall there and the stalls were very sparse. I was a little bit taken aback when I first walked in. I was like, oh my God, yeah, that's not the greatest turnout in the world. Nevertheless, I actually came away with some really, really nice bits, as you will see here. Very nice bits indeed. I only actually bought off one stall, yeah, it was great. The dealer's name, I've mentioned him before, he's been at the Fair and Record Fair and the Chichester Record Fair. His name is Pete, and he's a regular dealer along the South Coast and always has some really great stuff at amazing prices. So, first of all, Rock Bottom by Robert Wyatt. This is a first pressing on Virgin, the 2 Virgins label, and is in amazing condition. UK press, even includes a free print there. He is in all his finery. Love Robert Wyatt. I have had this record before. I had a US kind of VG original of it, which I don't keep hold of because I didn't play it that much. And from memory, I seem to remember being a bit on the fence with this one. I know everyone raves and raves and raves about it, but oddly, it kind of, a few days before I went to the record fair, it kind of popped into my head, and I was kind of like, oh, if I ever see it again, if I ever see it in the wild, I might give it another go. And lo and behold, there it is. My third eye was open, as they say. So yeah, and you never see UK first pressings. I don't think I've ever seen one before. You know, it's not worth a fortune. This one costs £33, which is a really sort of nice deal. But you don't see it often. It's a very strange record. It's kind of melancholic and chaotic at the same time. Odd, but interesting. So yeah, I'll look forward to giving this one another go. Nice cheap one. This is now I bought another one by this band in Arundel. And this is I think their second album. It's Horselips The Tame. This is an original on RCA subsidiary called Oaths. It's got the original inner, and the disc is in lovely, lovely, lovely condition. I have to confess, after going to Arundel, a bit like a lot of purchases over the last month or so, because busy with Christmas work, there's a lot of records I still haven't played yet. They're all there waiting to be cleaned, and in January I'm going to absolutely cane them and go through them and play what I've bought. Take a break off buying, he says. I actually had a commenter, a viewer who commented on my Arundel video, actually only a few days ago, and they said to me, what did you think of the Horselips record? And I went back to them and said, oh, I'm ever so sorry, I haven't played it yet. So I've read up on them. They're a Celtic prog band, so it should be good. But yeah, nice and cheap. I thought I'd have to have that one. Excuse me. Right, this one, really pleased to get this. This is an upgrade copy, well, a hopeful upgrade. Let's use the price sticker, that will come off. That's on the plastic, and that is a free advert, because Pete includes things like that with his records. So, monochrome set, debut record called Strange Boutique, and it's on the Dim Disc label, UK pressing. Again, I've got a really clean copy of this, but for some reason it's really crackly, despite it being cleaned. I don't know what's wrong with it. So yeah, I've been on the lookout for an upgrade, and this looks super clean. So hopefully this one will play better. Brilliant album, brilliant band. They were kind of, forefathers of kind of indie. They are like a post-punk band, but they're kind of quirky and humorous. Very good musicians. I have to say, this is post-punk. They were good musicians, but they were really above average. This lot, the arrangements and the tracks are really clever. If you can get some monochrome set, you won't regret it. And I was very pleased to get that. And finally, this was the purchase of the fair, and what a bargain it was! Oh my goodness me! it's Smiley Smile by the Beach Boys. And look, he's got a price on there of £39 and it's been reduced to 21. What's so great about this is the condition of it is jaw-dropping. When I pulled it out, I thought that someone, not Pete the dealer necessarily, but someone had accidentally put a kind of reissue in an original sleeve because it looks new. This thing is 55, 56 years old and there's not a spindle mark on it and it looks brand new. And I even had a chap who I'll talk about in a minute check it as well. So this is a first press. Yes, it is. Yeah, matrix numbers are there. And I looked at it's not reissued, but the condition is that good. You could be fooled to think it's a reissue, but it isn't. It's got the flip back sleeve and everything. But yeah, really pleased to get this. I only just started listening to Beach Boys. I got Pet Sounds earlier in the year, and I like it a lot. I'm not as blown away as I think some people are, but there's people out there who think it's the best album of all time. I think it's really, I really like it and glad to get it. That's why I'm buying more. But the great thing about this is that it's got good vibrations on it, and that I adore that song. That is absolutely great. And for years, I was kind of convinced it was a non-album singles track, but it's on here. So yeah, looking forward to playing that one. So just a word about the fair. I've got 2 more records to show, by the way. There was a chap who came and said hello to me called Paddy, and he was a viewer. I've never met him before. We had a little chat, lovely fella, and yeah, just very, very pleased to meet him. So, Paddy, if you are watching, it was lovely to meet you yesterday. Thank you for viewing, and thank you for coming over and saying hello. And yeah, there's another bloke I met there as well, who I have mentioned before, and I've kind of known him on and off for years. He's called Jason, and I think he lives along the south coast, but he's a heavy record collector, and I've sort of seen him. He is a mate of Barry Winton's, and I think a lot of you have heard of Barry Winton, the guy with the 30,000 records all over his apartment, featuring the Vinyl Hunters. And I was having a chat with him, and we mentioned Barry. Actually, I sort of said, "How is he?" I used to know Barry years ago. I used to sort of know him, and lo and behold, Jason's phone goes off. This is true. And it's Barry on the phone, just phoning in for a chat. So I ended up having a little chat with Barry Winton on his phone, catching up. Yeah, it was very brief, but yeah, it's good to hear him. I might bump into him at a London fair next year when I head on out. We will see. So yeah, it was despite the fact that it was a sparse record fair, it was a really nice and friendly atmosphere there. So yeah, I was glad to go. And at the end of the day, it's very much quality over quantity on that one. It was kind of nice that it wasn't packed at all. Really nice and relaxed, spaced out. I actually think I did more chatting with people than I did digging. But yeah, I was so pleased with what I came away with. Finally, I popped into nearby record shop Vinilo. It is Vinilo. Yeah, it's Vinilo, isn't it? Of course it is. They've got a new and pre-loved shop. They're separate shops. I didn't get anything from the new. There's nothing really in there that I wanted. But in the used shop, I did get 2, and it's this. I got Spirit, a double album called The Spirit of 76. Never owned this one. Never owned it. I've got their first 5 records. And I love them. I love Spirit. I don't know why I've never actually bothered with this one, because they seem to take a bit of a hiatus. And then they sort of came back with this one, which is supposed to be very, very good indeed. So I finally picked one up. What's weird about it was, they had a label on the front of the plastic, and it's a condition VG. I was like, okay, VG, let's have a look. And the records, I think they might be unplayed, quite frankly. They're apps. It's on Mercury, UK pressing, and they are near mint. I don't know why they've done a VG on that. What's weird about Vinilo, the shop, there was another record I wanted there by Wall of Voodoo. I keep finding this Wall of Voodoo record, and it's never good enough condition. But that was listed as a VG. I got the record out to look at it, and it was 1 pound. I was like, okay, VG, let's have a look. And the records, I think they might be unplayed, quite frankly. They're apps. It's on Mercury, UK pressing, and they are near mint. I don't know why they've done a VG on that. What's weird about Vinilo, the shop, there was another record I wanted there by Wall of Voodoo. I keep finding this Wall of Voodoo record, and it's never good enough condition. But that was listed as a VG. I got the record out to look at it, and the record was broken. It was actually broken. It had a huge crack through it, and it was almost to the point where if the crack had gone any more, one of the sections, there would be a missing section of the record. It would have actually come off. So I don't know quite how they can grade that VG, and I don't know how they can grade this VG because that's an MM. I don't know. I don't know what's going on there, but yeah, bit of a weird grading system in there. And another one. This was an upgrade copy for quite a worn one that I've got. This is the debut by Colin Newman. This is on Beggar's Banquet. Colin Newman was, well, I say former member of Wire. They were on hiatus as well, a bit like Spirit. They took a hiatus, and Colin Newman, I suppose he was the front man and one of the principal songwriters, did some solo records. And it has been argued that this kind of sounds like where Wire left off. If you like Wire and you want more of their first 3 albums, then this may as well be their fourth. In fact, I think a lot of the material on it was written for a proposed fourth record by Wire, which never happened. And I need to think about this actually, get my facts straight, because they did do a fourth record, didn't they? They had that weird one on Rough Trade, Document and Eyewitness, which is all a bit outtaking bitty. Right. Anyway, sorry, I'm digressing, but I'm just getting all my facts straight. This is a lovely record. Price sticker is on it. It says $4.50. I paid more than $4.50 for it. I paid £18. But hopefully that will come off. So, and it looks lovely. So hopefully it will be better than my crackly copy. I very nearly got a Grail in there. They had a section of rarities, and they had and it was just too much money. I tried to haggle on that. I couldn't get them down to the sort of price that I wanted to pay for it. And it was Heaven and Hell by Harsh Reality. They had a copy there, and yeah, nearly took the plunge, but just couldn't. It was too much money for what they were asking. So never mind. These things happen, don't they? Anyway. So there we go. It's been a really, really good December, actually. It's nice to be getting more out and about and doing this rather than buying online. It's so much more satisfying. I'm not going to say I'm stopping buying online, but God, I'm really trying to cut down. It could be because it's just not the same. If I see a bargain online, I will buy it. It's as simple as that. If it's something I really want. But nothing gives more the thrill, of not knowing what you're going to come away with and getting those bargains that, are out in the wilds and just finding something that is just very, very special. So, yeah, there we go. Right, well, that's it from me, and that is it for 2024. I am done. There's no more videos. I will be back, of course, in the new year. I've got a whole schedule of new places I'm going to be going. So please subscribe if you want more content of what I've out and about doing and what I'm listening to. And I said this in my last video, and I've said it before, regarding 2025, get your diaries out, make a note of Record Store Day. And if you want to know what the date of Record Store Day 2025 is, every day. Okay? I've said it before and I'll say it again. That's it. Make it your New Year's resolution. Buy more records. I say it every year. So until next time, thanks as always for tuning in, and I will see you all again very soon, and have a very good new year. Take care.